Hi, in this video I'm going to be going over user accounts in Office 365. To begin using Office 365 and all the services it offers, you will need to create user accounts. Each user account can be given different licenses depending on what you'd like them to access. If they just need email, for example, they can have an Exchange Online Plan 1 license. If they need the Office apps, Teams and SharePoint, then Business Standard would be good for them. Once you have configured a user account with this required license, they can log into the Office portal and access email, SharePoint, OneDrive, Teams, and download the Office apps. In this video, I'm going to go through adding a new user to the Office portal and editing their details and permissions in the Office 365 and Exchange Admin Center. So, to create a new user, you'll need to go to the admin portal when you're logged in as an administrator. So if we click on the admin portal icon here from the dashboard, what you can do is you can either add a user from the home screen or the dashboard if that's on here, or you can click on users, active users, and then click on add a user. From here you can enter various different details. So we'll enter a first name and last name, and then we'll enter an email address for them. You can then choose whether you want to enter the password or whether you want it auto-generated. I'll select auto-generate. Below this you can also require the user to change it when they first log on, or send the password in an email once you've completed the setup. Let's click next. On this page you can choose which license you'd like to assign to them. The licenses that show up here will be the ones that you've already purchased. I don't have any available, so I'll select create user without product license. This is good enough for the demonstration, and it's also useful if you need to set the accounts up and then buy the licenses. If you do select a license, you'll be able to select what apps they have access to depending on which license they have down here. So let's click next. From here you can enter further information. So if you want to give them administration access, for example, you can click on roles, and then you can give them various different types of admin access, from Exchange Admin, Global Admin, Help Desk, and so on. Below this you can also enter more information about the user. So if we just click on Profile Info, here you can enter their job title, department, office, phone details, an address, and more. I'm just going to press next. It then gives you an overview of the account details for the account that you've just created. So you can make any changes here if you need to, and then click on Finish Adding. Once you've done this, you'll get the username and the password, so it's automatically generated. Obviously, if you put the password in yourself, you'll know that. If it's generated, then I recommend making a copy of this and putting it in a notepad somewhere. So I'm just going to do that right there. So once you've created a user, you might want to edit a user. To do this, you can go to the user's name and then select the user. So we'll select administrator in this case. From here you can change the roles. You can sign them out of all Office 365 sessions. You can see when they last signed in. You can reset their password, block their sign in, and delete the user. You can also manage the groups that they're in. So if I wanted to add them to a group, I could just click on Add Memberships. I could choose a group and then click on Save. And now they've been added to that distribution group. If I click on Close now, you can see that it's not showing up just yet. Just take a second for it to refresh. But if I go and add it again, you'll see that we'll get an error to say that it's already added. So it does take a couple of minutes to refresh. And that's generally the case for most Office 365 changes that you'll make. You can view any devices that they've got enrolled in Intune. You can assign different licenses. So if I wanted to give them access to Power Automate, I could. If they had an Exchange license, we could see some details in here. I'll show you that under another user in just a second. And again, if they had OneDrive under a license, then again you'd be able to make changes here. I'm just going to choose a different user account so I can change exchange settings. So if I just click on myself, then go to the mail tab, you can change settings here. So you can choose whether they can use the web app, add it on the desktop, mobile, IMAP, POP, and so on. You can add email forwarding. You can set up automatic replies, so if someone forgets to, or if they leave your company, you can add them here. And you can also change mailbox permissions, so you can change who's got access to view the mailbox, who can send as the mailbox. From here, you can also go to edit exchange properties. Now, I'll show you that in just a second when we get over to the Exchange Admin Center. So I'll show you how to get there. So let's take a look at the Exchange Admin Center. To get there, all you need to do is click on Show All, and then you'll see down here Admin Centers. You want to click on Exchange. Open up in a new tab. And then from here, what you can do is you can select a mailbox. So each user's got a mailbox. So I'll click on myself because I've got a mailbox, and I'll just click on the edit icon. From here, I can change various different settings. So I can change the last name, first name, display name, email alias. I can choose to hide the user from any global address lists, and I can add custom attributes. I can view when the user last logged on and how much storage space they're using in their mailbox. I can add their contact information, such as phone numbers, addresses, and so on. I can add information such as their job title, department, company, and manager. I can add multiple email addresses, so obviously you've got your main logon address, but you can also have aliases, so I might have James D at Jadweb, but I can also have James at Jadweb, for example. You can change settings for various different mailbox features, such as retention policies, disabling access to various different ways of viewing email, such as look on the web, and obviously IMAP POP3 again. You can do litigation hold, you can enable archiving, and you can change mail flow settings for users. So if I just click on that, for example, you can enable forwarding, set maximum recipients. So you've got message size restrictions, so you can set the largest size in kilobytes of an email they can send, and you can change message delivery restrictions. So you can choose whether they're allowed to send messages to certain people or not able to, and you can also say, oh, they're only allowed to send messages to people in a certain list. You can also view the groups that they're a member of right here. Clicking on the Member Of tab. You can create a mail tip. This is essentially a pop-up that appears when someone sends an email to them. They'll get this notification. A mailbox delegation, so you can give someone else access to a mailbox, for example a PA, or if it's a new user, you can give a manager an access to it so they can see, or if someone's left as well, you can do the same thing. I'll just click on cancel there because I'm not actually going to make any changes. Microsoft are implementing a new admin center, so if we click on Try It Now here, or click on New Exchange Admin Center here, we'll take a look at that. This will open up again and again. We get the mailboxes. This time we can see the mailboxes for users and shared mailboxes, which we'll go into in another video. So let's click on myself again. And it's more like the Office 365 admin portal here. So you get the settings on the right hand side of the screen. So you can change all the email addresses, mail flow settings, delegation, any policies, automatic replies. You can convert it to a shared mailbox, you can manage litigation hold, you can basically do everything that you could do in the little pop-up window, but you can do it here as well. And again, you can view account information and change organisation information right here. So that's how you add and edit users in Office 365. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll be coming out with another video very soon on Office 365. Thank you for watching.